vintage Soviet CRT analog black and white television. I don't know if this is Soviet era or not. I'm going to just call it Soviet. It might be newer than that. I got this from my seller in Ukraine. I couldn't resist. We're going to try and get it to work in this video. I actually featured it in an older unboxing video that I never released. I think I'll sort of release that and put a link to it in the video description below. I'll also put a link to the eBay seller I got this from. I have some follow-up information on this cute little set. So it's an ELEKTRONIKA 23 TB. You can find it listed for sale on eBay as an ELEKTRONIKA 23 TB. And I'm just going to read you this directly. This TV was produced after the collapse of the USSR in Ukraine, according to the technology and the plant built in the Soviet era. Ukraine got a good production base in the 1990s, but unfortunately, after a few years, many industries went bankrupt. So, this little set's made in Ukraine. That's kind of cool. And again, there are some of these for sale. ELEKTRONIKA 23 TB. Of course, this is SECAM. It's not NTSC. It's not PAL. It's a format called SECAM. And so it doesn't really line up with any signal source that's easy to come up with here in the States. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert to PAL, which is 25 frames per second, and then I'm going to feed that into a agile rack mount modulator and see if we can dial this in. A friend of mine helped me kind of find an overlapping frequency channel. So anyway, here's what we got. We'll take a quick look at this. This is the manual. I guess I could get the translator out on this and go through it and try and read it all, but I think most people in this video are probably just going to want to see it work. Anyway, we're just going to kind of have to figure this out as we go along. It's just cool to have all the documentation. This does not say SSSR on it anywhere. So this could be post-Soviet. Let's take a look at what we got here. So power. What would that be? Contrast, brightness, volume, antenna. We got two antenna ports here, probably for the UHF loop in the back, and then we got our different channel ranges, and this is continuous tuning, so that makes it more likely that we'll be able to get this to work. We will probably not be able to get the sound to work, because the sound, I believe the carrier is a little bit different on SECAM. I'd like to open this too, and we'll take a look at how it's built. So we got an antenna connector here, we got our power plug, we have our UHF loop antenna, we have our connector here, power plug for the line, for the mains, of course. This is probably for 220. Yeah, this is going to be 220. We're 110 here in the States, 115. But we do have a, looks like a 12 volt cigarette lighter plug here. So we can run the set on 12 volts. We have our VHF dipole here, telescoping dipole. right? Not die, monopole. So we got everything. We got our instructions. Wonder if I should power it up. It is new old stock. It's been sitting around for a few months. It's kind of cracking there. Plastic failure. But this is a real beauty right here. Should see what it takes to open this. See the bare copper boards in there. This is a auto start stop battery. You know, the newer vehicles that come to a stop, the engine stops when you pull up to a light, then when you touch the gas it kicks the engine back and it goes. This is that battery for that auxiliary system. A $200 battery that'll need to be changed 5 times over the life of the vehicle. That'll save you $20 in fuel. So what we got here is 12 volts. I got an adapter I made. We'll just go plus, minus, and we have our cigarette thing, which this looks like it's aluminum, and aluminum is not a very good conductor. I don't know why. I'm going to clean that off. Polish that up a little bit. So we'll do that. I'm trying to do this in one take. And we'll plug this into here. Oh, that was good. Alright. No need for fuses in this world. Here we go. And we have nothing. Well, that's kind of disappointing. They said it worked, but I don't think they tried it on 12 volts. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, so you don't like my American cigarette lighter, huh? What's wrong with this? There's nothing that complicated here. Freaking amazing. Is that thing recessed too far down in there? Maybe it is. It doesn't, yeah. Don't like it. Okay, let's try this. I actually made this so I could light multiple cigarettes at one time. These are a little bit more positive in here. They stick out. So let's go from here. See if we can get as much resistance in this path as possible, and then we'll go to here. These are a crappy connector. They've never been a good connector. They're just a crappy connector. Now I can see that visibly flickering. Remember, this is 50 hertz. 25 frame per second about. So that's slow to me. Now of course this camera is 2997 NTSC frame per second. When I video this TV working, if I do get a picture on it, I'm going to have to get the Pro camera and video that part of the video at 25 frame per second. I'm curious if it'll pick up anything in our FM band. This is a trip. Oh, it's picking up police or something? Put the UHF antenna on it. Crappy connector. I have a feeling when it does that, I have a feeling that's one of our DTV channels it's picking up. One of our digital. I'm gonna unplug the antenna. Nope, must be an issue inside the TV. That's interesting. Okay, this is what my friend figured out. USSR channel 23 lines up to cable TV channel 68. Fine tuning should pull it in. So we need to put our agile modulator on channel 68, and then we need to put this on channel 23, which is going to be this button, and it's going to be up here somewhere. Well, hold on. I don't quite get this, how this is set up. So we want channel 23 on this set. So that would be this. But I don't get it. Is that 41 to 60? And this is 21 to 40? That'd be interesting. Usually, I've never seen a situation where they have you touch two buttons at one time to have all three of them come up. That's kind of tacky. This is the Blonder Tongue Agile Modulator rack mount. And this will put out on whatever channel you select using those switches. And this is a little bit confusing because Soviet channel 23 is 487 to 493, and there's two channel 68s. There's a cable TV channel 68 and an over-the-air channel 68. And so I'm trying to figure out which one this modulator is putting out. I basically just, probably with continuous tuning, I need to get somewhere in this area of 467 to 501. I've dialed this into channel 68 here. And what I was a little bit confused about is this thing cable TV channel 68 or is it broadcast channel 68? So I'm still trying to totally confirm that, but channel 68 on here should line up with channel 23 on the Soviet set, if this is cable 68. If not, we're going to have to probably try, I think, 18 on here and 24 on the Soviet set. The thing on top here is a standards converter, and I am setting it to output 25 frames per second, and we'll do a test pattern, and then I'm going just video into the BT modulator, and I don't know which antenna we're using, so I just laid that wire there. I'm on test patterns here, and I'm on 75% window. If you look at the over mod light here, you can see when I change this. So it looks like we are getting modulation. So here's a moment of truth. I have no idea what's going to happen. Oh, I saw something there. Wow, the vertical collapses. There it is. There it is. Of course, this is not going to sync to it. Yes. There it is. Okay, it is working. So I got to figure out which antenna this... Ooh. Oh, crap. There it was. Wonder why the vertical's collapsing, but for a second there it was... Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh yeah, there we go, 100%. So it wants to go in this antenna right here. Well, if you can believe this, this thing actually locks on to 29.97. It shrinks the vertical, but it does lock on to NTSC. I know it's blanking, I gotta wait until it gets a little darker out here, but yeah, imagine that. Wow, crepe erase ads in Russian. So I guess this is modern enough to where the vertical sync will lock on to 29.97, which to me, you know, I don't see it strobing. When I look at 24, 25 frame rate, to me it's horribly strobing. It's blinking. So I could get rid of this. I could get rid of the standards converter, because this right here, this is like $12,000 worth of equipment to power what was probably a $99 TV. This is like when Bart Simpson goes to Australia and they put that $1 billion contraption on the toilet to make the water turn the other way. So I would really like to open this, but keep in mind it's new old stock, and I see they have a plug in here over this screw. The rest of them don't. I'm trying to find vertical height and linearity. I don't even know. Does SECAM even have that? I would imagine it does. There's nothing in the booklet. Does this right here pop off? You know, I can't find any adjustments on this thing. I don't want to damage it because it's beautiful. This thing actually has two 4-inch speakers in the bottom, firing down at the bottom at an angle and then out the front here. This is super well built. I'm trying to look at how to get it apart, but I'm very reluctant. Well, it has been popped. I had to, because that's what this channel is about. We have to see the inside. So there's the two speakers I was talking about. And there's the power transformer. And it has a bunch of those Soviet electrolytics in them, those ones that just don't have a wrapper. And look at how the wiring is tied. The fit and finish. Look at the wire harness there. I'm trying to find, I guess that's the tuner. I'm trying to find vertical controls. What is this right here? Are these spring-loaded hinges? Is that what that is? A spring-loaded hinge? Well, it could be a little straighter. So does this hinge open? You know, Brandon, I would probably not voluntarily invite these folks to a duel. That would probably not be a smart move. Shielded magnet speakers. There's our little CRT. There's our top board. It does have, ooh, a pink capacitor. This thing is diverse. It's inclusive. Ooh, look at those pink capacitors. We have the whole rainbow situation in here. Anyway, I have a feeling these right here are going to be the vertical height and linearity. And the little orange KT315, is that what those are? The little orange Russian transistors? This is a thing of beauty. Look at how simple it is. See if I can bump that vertical up. Okay, I adjusted these two right here because that's what you're given access to. I love the plain copper board with the almost handwritten lettering on it. I don't quite have full deflection. I have about 1 inch at the bottom, and I got full deflection at the top, but I turned it up as high as it would go. Now that could be a bad capacitor, or that could be that I'm running it at a higher frame rate than it's designed to be run at. Well, every capacitor in this thing is checking good, so it must just be the fact that I'm running it at 30 frames per second, not 25. I don't want to try, that's probably vertical hold. I don't want to try and adjust something that's not, that they have blocked off.
Chance to win, go to cbla.com.
I got a pair of PC speakers here.
Summertime, your opportunity.
Because the audio is never going to work on the TV.
For at home in Southern California on Saturdays from 4 to 5 p.m.
Live from the Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is KCAL 9 News at 8.
Now here at 8, a rebound for President Biden. He announces he's tested positive for COVID-19 again.
A summer gusher in the mountains, and right now flood warnings and advisory are in effect for parts of our area.
And toxic gas around a facility in Carson tonight, a warning from air management officials in reaction from the plant's neighbors. Well, good evening. I'm Leslie Marin.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Ross Palumbo. Welcome to KCAL 9 News at 8, streaming live right now on CBS News Los Angeles. President Biden is back in isolation tonight after testing positive for COVID-19 for the second time this month.
We're told the 79-year-old president has a so-called rebound case, which is rare. KCAL 9's Candace Crone talked to a local doctor about how this happens.
A rebound case can happen in people who take Paxlovid after the 5-day treatment course has ended. President Biden says his symptoms are mild and he feels well. President Biden's physician, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, wrote in a letter, after testing negative Tuesday through Friday, the president tested positive for COVID late Saturday morning in what the doctor described as a rebound case.
Hey folks, Joe Biden here. Tested positive this morning. I'm working from home for the next couple of days. And I'm feeling fine. Everything's good. But Command and I got a little work to do.
Biden had just returned to in-person work Wednesday after initially testing positive on July 21st. The 79-year-old was being treated with Paxlovid, which were...
If this guy was a salesman for any other product, the company would have been out of business a long time ago. Well, maybe not if they mandate you use the product.
The leading theory, though, is that it is the virus replicating again in your body, and that you have not taken the Paxlovid for long enough.
Only about 2% of people taking Paxlovid suffer a relapse. The president is fully vaccinated and double boosted and reportedly has no new symptoms. He will go back into isolation until he tests negative.
The reason this is a concern is when you become symptomatic again, or even if you're not symptomatic, your viral load is high again, and you can transmit it to others.
Some health experts suspect the 5-day Paxlovid treatment is too short to clear the virus in some people. Campen recently contracted COVID-19 and told us she took the medication for a couple extra days, but says more definitive research is needed.
I extended.
Okay, I'm gonna kill the speakers, and we'll listen to the audio on the TV, and I'll show you how far off the sound carrier is. And then I'm going to tune the channel tuning. So there you go. That's how far off the audio is.
Tough one. National Guard units and first responders have performed at least 1,200 air and water rescues so far, including more than 600 people saved by helicopter. Thousands are still without power. Flooding is also plaguing Arizona. In Apache Junction, a dramatic rescue is captured on body camera. A woman trapped in a car pleading to have her puppy saved. Crews pulled her out, but her dog could not be found. Heavy rains, hail, and near hurricane-force winds pounded parts of Nevada. In Las Vegas this week, water poured into casinos, swamping gaming floors and parking garages.
Bottles of water.
In the Pacific Northwest, the heat is extreme. After 6 days, still no relief, with the heat dome expected to spread across the country next week. In rain-starved California, the threat is fire. The McKinney fire, shown in this time-lapse video, has burned more than 30,000 acres.
The McKinney fire is burning in a very remote area of far north California. Temperatures there are in the triple digits, much like areas of the Pacific Northwest, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. In Studio City, I'm Tom Waite, KCAL 9 News.
A live look outside right now, the Hollywood Hills.
Extremely motivated to get to.
See if we can.
82931 800 418.
It's a very sharp picture.
Of course, is
oh, here we go. Crepey race.
to have him as part of our HSN and QVC family. I can tell you for a fact, I have better hair, I have better skin, I have a better scalp thanks to him. And if you are looking for a curated, one-of-a-kind treatment that, yes, is 5 times the size, see, I can remember that much, 5 times the size, basically like $28, you know, times 5, do that math. This is better than a half-off sale, better than a half-off sale. And at the end of the day, we've got our 2 choices. So honestly, that peaches and, which is the most limited, Rick? Is it the peaches and cream? Okay, oh, the apricot. So the peaches and cream or the apricot.
in QVC.
I feel like it just got so lonely in here. Like Rick's gone, so who am I going to play with? I don't know. It's just you and me.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so we're kicking off our final hour of Sean Saves Christmas, and I'm so
Yes,
excited
Christmas
for-
in July. Christmas in July. I need to get my décolleté waxed.
We're going to bring you something called Marry Me Pie. Marry Me Cherry Pie. That's how good it is that people eat it and then want to propose to somebody. Okay, but I'm going to take you here first. Guys, this is a huge Christmas in July sale price. This is a Kookaburra by UGG Sherpa, okay, Sherpa jacket, shawl collar, okay.
Kookaburra by UGG.
It makes a big, big difference, and I couldn't have done it without all of you. So every time you purchase, without you knowing, but I'm telling you, that's what we're doing with the money, where we're helping these people, and in turn, you get the best of the best. Like, that's why we're always limited. You know, nature's nature.
I'm going to turn the audio carrier off.
August, and we go to all the little villages and some new ones as well. I need a long period of time to do it with Amanda, otherwise a week it's not going to work. So for now,
See, I turned the audio carrier off so it gets rid of that.
If you don't know what that is, I created it for my mom. She was going through her stint in the hospital, which actually pulled me out of retirement because I retired from Ojon, the first hair care brand I had. And
Dark night gray wine, and wine just sold out. Okay, so 1,000 of those out the door. I do want to say, since wine is now gone, this is, can I get this off the bat? I wonder if I can. Hold on.
That's the best music I've ever heard.
Good.
Play some
Now I
more
can
of that.
replace this and remove this. There's the wine, which we can't order anymore because it's gone, so I'll put it over here. Kookaburra by UGG, by the way, we were all so excited when UGG came to QVC because just that, UGG came to QVC. Kookaburra is their little sister, Southern California, more affordable diffusion brand.
Diffusion
And yet
brand,
It's made
yes.
with the same fabrics and exacting standards and quality, and in this case, Sherpa, that you would see in a typical UGG branded something that would easily start at triple digits.
Oh,
so
yes.
this little cute number, which I just think will be your grab and go coat, it's perfect for transition too, because when we get into, like Monday is August 1st, but it's still going to be sweltering hot for probably another month and a half. But when we do get into transition before it's super cold, you don't need a wool coat or a puffer right away. This will be your transition coat, your football tailgate. It's just so incredibly creamy, dreamy.
Oh, cream.
All right.
Someone needs to
Start for an
smack
hour.
that woman.
Going to be with you for a brand new day, and coming up, I'm going to give you a few hints. It's the most I can give, a few hints for what we are going to bring you at midnight. By the way, the Sean's Hear My Soul speak ring is available. Oh, and let me just grab my phone because I want to show you this. All right, so we're going to talk about Slatkin candles. Really, they're called Homeworks. Harry Slatkin, who, here's how chic he is. He couldn't join us for this presentation because he had a very high-level party he had to go to tonight. But he was here earlier, and I'll tell you now what I said then. I burn 2 Slatkin candles, again, Homeworks, in my home. One in the foyer, I'll prove to you. One in the foyer and one in the kitchen every single day. It could be peak July 4th, and his fall winter scents are my favorite. So I am burning apple cinnamon spice, even in the middle of summer. This is my foyer, because what we're about to do is bring you a set of 2. This is my foyer. Stand by, stand by.
This
There you
woman
go.
needs a
That's my foyer.
lobotomy.
And this is me, burning a candle, which these are the 4 wickers. They're the 18 ouncers, and they're supposed to last, my gosh, a lot longer than they do in my house. This is the stash that I keep at all times because, yes, it is absolutely imperative I never run out of Homeworks candles. So this set I heard about, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that's going in the show. You could normally pay $29 on QVC.com for a single 18-ounce 4-wick candle. 2
Let's just listen to this for a minute and listen to how this woman makes nothing sound so important with a bunch of stupid buzzwords.
For free, and they come in the gold embossed lid and the glass vessel. I'm going to start you, actually right here. I'll start you right here. This is peppermint snowdrop. Can you just even imagine? And by the way, oh my gosh, see, this is what happens. Even the lids smell so good because he crafts his candles like a fine fragrance. So peppermint snowdrop, if you can believe it, you can actually feel the sweet tingle of a candy cane just go straight up your nostrils. The next set of two is called balsam toddy. Can you even, like, the idea of a hot toddy, that liqueur, that kind of warming down the throat on a cold winter's night, married with literally fresh picked balsam. Next, we move into tiramisu, the homemade kind. The kind that, like, your nonna, your nana, they have a recipe for. Half of it's in Italian. It's on an index card. The next set of two you're getting, next up, is eggnog French toast. You have to get this set. This is the intersection of all my favorite smells and scents that is the fall season. Eggnog, nutmeg, French toast, fresh churned butter. Next up, this next one is called Woodland Amber. I should tell you it is very limited. So is the Balsam Toddy. So is the Vanilla Orchard Crisp. And then the last one, Vanilla Orchard Crisp. That Madagascar vanilla fused with that ripe, crisp crunch of a freshly picked orchard apple.
Double face palm.
You guys would not be wrong
It's
to pick
a
up more than one
fucking
set
candle.
because the price is insane.
Shopping, banking, and even data breaches may expose your information.
Well, I've had my data breached. I think I'm going to have to wrap this up here. This has been the Soviet TV, and it is locked on to NTSC 2997. I did not need the standards converter in order to get it to work. I think we're going in on, what are we on, channel 62, cable channel 62, which does overlap, and this thing having continuous tuning does solve the problem. However, the sound will never work. I don't know if it could be tweaked enough to make it work or not. But anyway, wow, there is a bit of moisture out there, isn't there? We haven't gotten any here. Oh, mountains. So anyway, very cool set. Check the links below. I got to get this lead acid battery on the charger right now. It is not a good idea to leave lead acid batteries dead. You lithium batteries, yes, you want to keep them charged in the midpoint when you store them, but not lead acid. You always want to store lead acid at maximum charge, or else it will sulfate, and that's not a good thing.